Okay, so this video is going to be on the present and perfect subjunctive in Latin. Okay, so here's a quick review of what the subjunctive is. First of all, the subjunctive is a mood of a verb. It is not a tense like the present, future, perfect. It is not a voice like the active versus the passive. It's a mood in the sense that an imperative is in the command mood. The indicative is the showing mood, and then the subjunctive is the other mood, which is for potential and not definite actions. The easiest way to think about it is you're just going to use the subjunctive for certain types of clauses in Latin. It has four tenses: the present, the imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect. You already know the imperfect and pluperfect. Now you're going to learn the present and perfect. Okay, here are a couple clauses that use the subjunctive. The first two should be familiar to you. The third is one that you're going to learn shortly. So the first cum clauses, notice ambularet right here is the subjunctive verb, that imperfect subjunctive, that are infinitive plus the ending. And then down here in this clause, the boy knew where the teacher was. Esset is another subjunctive verb. Again, another imperfect verb that has the infinitive esse plus the ending. And then the last one, the boy was so happy that he was running around the house. Here you have another subjunctive, and this is what's called a result clause. Okay, formation of the present active and passive subjunctive. Exactly the same formation, just with different endings. So the first thing you're going to do, you're going to take the present stem of the verb, which is your verb form without any vowel at the end. Then you're going to add the vowels below. First conjugation, you're going to add an E. Second, you're going to add EA. Third, you're going to add an A. Fourth, IA. You can remember that through we beat a liar or she wears a tiara. Either of those mnemonics will work. And then last step, you're just going to add the personal endings. So let's see that play out. So amo, you drop the O. You add the E because it's a first conjugation, that we. So ame, and then you add mst, mostis, int. Second conjugation down here, remember the mnemonic said beat, so ea, you add wid, ea, then plus the personal endings. Notice the passive, the only difference is that the passive uses the passive endings, the active uses the active. So the r, ris, ter, mer, mini, unter. Here are the third and fourth conjugations. So again, for third, the vowel you're going to use is A. For fourth, it's IA. We beat a, and then IA, the liar. Okay, there are a couple verbs that have some irregular present subjunctives. These are right here. Sum is going to have the form sim, sis, sit, sim, sit, sint, and then eo, eam, eas, eat, eamus, eatus, eant. Okay, now let's talk about the formation of the perfect active subjunctive for all the conjugations. Very straightforward. Like any past active action, you're just going to take that third principal part, drop the I. Then with the perfect active, you're just going to add the letters E, R, I. And then step 3, you're just going to add the personal endings to that. So here we have amawi, that's our third principal part. We're going to drop the I, so amav, and you're going to step 2, add ERI, and then step 3, you're going to add the personal endings, MST, mostis, int. Notice it looks very similar to the future perfect indicative active verb form. The only difference is it's amawero for the future perfect indicative. All the others are the same. Okay, let's talk perfect passive subjunctive. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the fourth principal part, like any passive past verb form. Then you're going to add the present subjunctive of sum, which is that sim, sis, sit, and then you're going to add that as a separate word. And then step 3, you're going to make that fourth principal part agree with the subject in gender, number, and case. So you have amatos, amata, amatum, and then it's going to be amatos, sim. Now, of course, you're going to use the appropriate form of these depending on whether your subject is masculine, feminine, and neuter. If you look at this form, if it were he has been loved, it would be amato sit. If it was she has been loved, it would be amata sit, etc. Notice these are all plural. Okay, so the next question is, when do you use the present subjunctive versus when do you use the perfect or past subjunctive? So you can use the present subjunctive in any of those clauses we talked about before if the subjunctive verb happens at the same time or after a present or future main verb. And what I mean by that is a sentence like this: I wonder who might be watching this video. So I'm wondering now, that's my main verb, the present or future main verb, and who might be watching this video. So I'm thinking about someone who's watching this video right now at the same time that I am talking about it. Okay? So same time, these are happening at the same time, you're going to use the present subjunctive. On the other hand, if you're going to use the perfect subjunctive, that's going to take place in the past before a present or future main verb. So here, I wonder who helped you with your homework. So I'm wondering, I'm doing that right now. So that's my present or future main verb. And the thing that I'm wondering about is who in the past, who before I started wondering, helped you with your homework. So in this case, you're going to use a past subjunctive. I hope that makes sense. If not, and if you have any questions or comments at all about this video, you can either comment at the bottom of the YouTube video or email me at elishahwilliams@gmail.com. Hope that works. Bye.